Okay, so we're moving a top bar hive today, and top bar hives never really move that well. Let me show you what's going on. Langstroths move much better than top bar hives, but we've clearly broken some comb and we are dripping honey. I've got my harvest bucket down here, and we're not going to lose this, but it is a bummer that we are going to have a problem in the hive. And the bees have found some exit to get out of this hive, and I think we might have been losing them at 50 miles an hour, so I've had to slow down. But we're going to get in this hive in a little bit and I'll show you more. Alright, so she's dripping honey out from being moved, so I know I've got broken comb, probably broken honeycomb. I'm not too worried about the broken honeycomb. We're going to open it up, we're going to throw it into the harvest bucket and be done. It's brood comb I'm worried about. And if there's a domino effect, if the honeycomb falls into a brood comb, cracks that, falls into another brood comb, cracks that, then we're in bad shape. And at this point I'm going to have to go take thread or take some vine out of the woods there and sew the broken combs onto the bars again, because I don't think I brought hair clips with me. So this is going to be an interesting day. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Hi, McCartney here, and this is Terry. We have now this new top bar hive that Terry has been gracious enough to give us, and we've got honey dripping out of the bottom, which is a terrible thing to see when you move the hive. It is normal for top bar hives to not move well, and to make them move as optimal as possible, you don't work them like let's call brace comb up so they're more sturdy in transport. Didn't have an option this time, so we got to go in there now and see how bad the damage is. We do not wait on this because there's honey dripping out of the bottom, and if there's honeycomb down, we might as well harvest it and put it into our bucket. So that's the plan, is we are going to immediately harvest what we can, salvage what honeycomb we can, and make sure that we don't have any brood comb damage or the brood nest is collapsed. If it is, we are going to fix it one way or another. So, let's get to it. Let's lift this thing up. There's bees on the end. I'm going to grab the top. And let's see what we got.
About a zillion bees. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he didn't tighten up the top bars. That's why we were losing bees. There's a gap. There's a gap. They can get out the top.
Ah.
And we have a zillion bees. Do we have the queen in there? Did you ever play that game Operation as a kid?
I don't know.
It was electric battery operated. You had a pair of tweezers and you were trying to pull out the funny bone.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on here. It's Operation.
Like a fair amount of good honey.
Yep. Lid off, please. Go ahead and leave it off. I'm about to get more. And let's smoke a little bit. Glove in my pocket so bees don't crawl inside. Alright, I'm going to cut the honeycomb away from the jar. You might as well catch whatever's dripping. I've got this cut away from the jar as best I think I can. I'm going to get yours because I have an angle. Let's go ahead and smoke this area a bit more. These guys, very nice bees. I like the stalk. That one's still stuck somewhere down there.
Right on top, I think.
Oh, there we go. I think I got that. Oh, I lost him. But I want to get rid of these bees first if I can. Knock them off. My brush should be in the shot. I'll go for it. Okay, there we go. Without getting in the way, let's show them what's going on. I'm going to cut away honeycomb from that jar right there, and from the jar right there. But you're kind of in the way there, Mr. Audience. So you're going to get pushed back a little bit. Have to watch over the shoulder. I want to make sure I can feel that the jar is free. You got yours.
I think it's free.
Alright, we're trying to get all the beads off that we can. Again, this is not best practice because you do not want to blow smoke particulate in your fresh honey. But we're under an emergency situation to go do an emergency inspection because we moved a hive and we know it's leaking honey. I did not get stung there, surprisingly. We have bridgecomb. Mr. Bridge. Bridgecomb, burrcomb, it's all the same name. I missed mine. I'm going to scoot this just an inch, a quarter of an inch, just to see how well it moves, see if it pivots. Alright, that looks good. I feel the whole jar coming up. You want to grab that jar too? See if you can reach in. On the count of 3, I'm going to slowly move up. 1, 2.
The jar's not coming.
Leave it. Excellent, excellent. Can you brush off the bees first? Not towards me, please. I don't want annoyed bees landing on my fingers. Okay. Now all I've got to do is just show up. And the honeycomb falls right off. There's a bee, but he's out of luck. All that honey that's dripping off this comb, this bar, is just going to go right back in the hive. It'll get cleaned up, no worries. And I'm going to tilt this, pivot under it. Your knife is stronger. Is there honeycomb in this thing still? Alright, we have 2 choices. We can either go recover this, which I think I'm going to cut off what I can, and then let the bees clean up the rest. So let's open up the honey. I'm going to scrape off the honeycomb I can, get rid of the bee I don't want. Oh yeah, look at all that honey going in. Turn it, turn it, turn it. Get out of there. You, my honey. Off of my honey. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is in fact, if I'm really good, I could cut 3 combs deep and cut the bridge comb on the outside and lift the whole thing up and flip it, and then we'll cut it out upside down.
That'd be cool.
You guys follow that? Okay, so what we've discovered is right there. That's a empty feeder. Honeycomb's built around it. That feeder should be 2, maybe 3 bars, probably 3 bars. I'm going to cut bridge comb underneath between the bars and the outside walls, and then we're going to cross our fingers and try to lift all 3 out at the same time, and then flip it upside down and carve it out upside down, which is the right way to get out of this situation. So let's move you over here and enjoy the festivities. So Terry, why did you get into beekeeping?
Well, because my son got into beekeeping, and he went to New Hampshire and he left his bees here.
So you got defaulted into beekeeping?
Yeah, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's a lot of fun.
And people like hold you in awe because you play with stinging insects. So at parties you like become a curiosity, I've noticed.
Curiosity is a good word.
Is that me or you? I think it's you.
That's my pocket calling.
Ah, I see bridge come all the way in there. I'm gonna start cutting down, reaching farther up, as far as I can go. That should do it for that side. Now let's smoke these guys away. Your hands are probably cleaner from honey than mine. I want smoke going right down that direction. Get them out of that void space. Yes, I want to minimize my deaths. Remove this hive in the middle of the day, which is suboptimal. Keep it over here or you'll drive them over there. Now, let's stop. Remove the hive in the middle of the day because that's what my schedule could handle. And that's a bad plan. It's a suboptimal plan. You want to move it at dusk so we don't leave foragers. But I left foragers behind. And they're all going to go to the other hive there in a few days. They'll eventually be accepted. Now I just want to get them away from where I'm going to put my fingers. Come on, guys. They're not budging. Look at that. They're just not budging. Let's get them off of that. This is going to be a very tricky lift. 3 fingers here. I'm going to take my gloves off. I have to do this by touch. 3 fingers. Come on, guys, move. Please don't sting me. Please don't sting me. 3 fingers. Oh! Oh, there's a bridge come right there. That's okay. That's okay.
Run, did you open the thing? Get the brush?
Let's smoke them off. I'm losing one. He's separating. And they're being driven up my fingers. Okay, let's stop. The middle one has just lost it. Alright, I'm going to flip this. Okay, that worked. I'll call that a minor victory. They're all over my hands.
Look at the honey. Oh.
They're all over my hands.
But not stinging.
But not stinging. They're nice. Okay, so what damage did we just do? I knew I was losing it. Let's go for it. Where's my honey knife? I have 2 options now. It's fallen over. I can try to rectify it, but I'd rather
They'll come out.
I'd rather just cut into it. Get it off the bottle. Get it off the top. Ow. I didn't get stung, but it felt like somebody got me. Okay, 2 knives to lift this thing up. This is where I'd love to have a spatula. The Turks have a special name for the tools to remove honey from the back of terracotta hive.
It's splitting on this side.
Yeah, I know. Get off what you can. Alright, I'm going to drop him. And then these guys are still on me. And then he is a nice big piece.
What do you think?
Here, come here. Water. Lots and lots of water. So I'm doing my best best to keep the bees out. You're not going to keep all your bees out. It's just not going to happen. You're going to have bees in your honey. It's inevitable.
Until I filter.
Until you filter. And then you're going to have maybe bee legs and arms.
And they'll go through the filter?
No, it may or may not. Can we get these guys off first? Excellent, excellent, excellent. I'm always going to wipe my the honey off this stuff. All right, now I might be able to get more into this. Okay, we did a boo-boo. We shouldn't have put these things on top, but I had to. I have to move these off immediately before I have too much honey on top of my hive and attract ants or robbers. Come on. Take him down. All right, so that's one. Get another one. Anywhere you grab, you might be about to crush a bee, so you have to always carefully. All right, let's get him. I'm not even going to leave much of that. I didn't like what they built there. It wasn't straight. This guy's coated. Let me get away. Now. I think we're good. I think we're good. That's all right. That's all right. Let's put this over here for the time being. And get this comb that's crushed. Open the lid up. I'm just going to drop these in. Be free. I'll get him. Be free. And this is horse mint. This is that great stuff we got last year.
Cool.
So, you had horse mint before?
I don't know. Josh liked having it out there, though. He said
you should taste this. You should taste this.
I will.
We'll take a break once we're past the emergency phase, and go eat some of this stuff. And you'll get a great sugar rush too. Yeah, that's a weird piece. Throw it in there. Okay, now this is going to be interesting. I'm going to break that myself.
So how do you normally decide it's time to harvest?
Well, my wife really does.
Oh, really?
She says, McCartney, we're low on honey.
Oh. So anytime there's honey, you can harvest?
Nah, that's another tricky question. You're going to get me in trouble. Am I? Yeah, no, please, don't sting. All right. Lean, lean, lean. Ah!
Gotcha.
You got me. I knew I was getting a little greedy there. Now I have to lift this thing up.
And so you would never do this with like rubber gloves or something, or?
No, I could, but I'm better with my sense of touch.
Yeah.
And there's always a price to pay for good honey. The drone, he's dead. Beware of dead bees. They also can sting. They tend to die with their stingers exposed. So if you walk into them,
You
bump
get
into
it.
them. Yeah, try not to use the
Okay.
brush on wet-looking comb,
Okay.
because you will gum it up pretty fast. My hands are already a lost cause in terms of honey wet.
Oh, bee free. Looks like.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All right, when we fill up that bucket, that should be like 60 pounds. All right, now, is the smoker still going? All right, let's knock these guys away from here.
I think we're gonna need more fuel.
I will put you on fuel patrol. How does that sound?
We'll go get some.
All right, I'm gonna go take care of this simple one. Be careful, every piece of equipment you pick up once the honey is readily flowing all over your tools, because there are gonna be bees all over your tools. All right, this honeycomb broke too. My sense of touch is a little bit off. All right, now because we have broken combs and stuff,
Yeah.
they will repair some of this stuff. I'm going into the honey to keep the honey from. See, look how far it's.
Yeah. How far it's broken?
Yep, and we just might go ahead and let's get this stuff out. Where's the brush? We're gonna get all the honey out that we can. There's honey flow going on, so there's no risk of starvation. There's some other guys. Is there one like that?
When does it become no longer necessary to feed them?
Oh, whenever there's honey flow.
So basically, we don't need to feed them anymore.
Nope. But you're gonna get another drought in Texas in another month,
And then you feed them again.
and then you might have to feed them again if you've taken too much honey off of them. If you're a good boy, you don't harvest for quite a while. I, however, am low on honey, and my wife has told me, McCartney, we should get some more honey.
Well, we got some today.
All right, so I'm gonna do the that spatula works again with my hand. There's no bees this time. If you can lift that down. I want to come off me. No, I don't think it's. I think it's. I'm gonna reach in. I'm gonna grab, and it's got to. It's. Do what you can.
Thruster stuck in there. My gosh.
You filled up your hive.
What if they?
You totally filled up this hive with honey, which is an awesome problem to have, but it's a problem. It's not a big sin. It's sort of a minor sin. You've done such a good job in placement of your hives and leaving them alone and let them do their thing that they have.
So basically, this is a pretty good hive.
Okay, you're brushing them onto my hand. Let me see my hand first. Once you brush them, they start getting annoyed. And there's talk that brushing them with vegetation as opposed to nylon bristles is helpful. This is actually pigtail, I think. This is a Chinese brush. It was like $2-3. I like where they've put the comb on that one. Right, we've got to again keep these off the top or we'll get ants finding it. Oh, we have to address this issue too. The issue of the other feeder. This feeder feels too heavy. Let's take the lid off. lid off, if you would please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I'm just going to cut straight into the bucket. Dead guy. I even have concerns that I should move this hive because we put so much honey down underneath it. That's my instinct telling me that we're going to attract ants. I've lost several hives out here to fire ants whenever they get weakened. Fire ants tend to be an opportunist, I think. Wow. I think there's honey in there. Alright, that's where I'm going to let them rob this out. So I'm going to move this to another feeding location so we don't have a robbing problem. Please don't clean these. Alright, I'd normally start putting bars on here, but because I need room to work, I have to leave them off. And this is a tilt job.
You want smoke?
No, I think I've got it. I want these guys off, but I'll one by one knock them off. Yeah.
That's huge and gorgeous.
Yeah, okay, I'm doing a no-no. Try to get the dead guys off, and we're done.
Okay. So how do you clean up after?
This?
No, your hands.
Water. You always put water in your truck. It's right next to your first aid kit.
Oh, okay.
You keep water in your truck, you keep hair clips in your cup, in your truck, and you keep and you want to keep your smoker and emergency smoker fuel in your truck. Oh, and you want to have a truck. Alright, these guys grew all the way to the base. Now that can be brushed off. Alright, we have a small problem. You see the beginnings of pollen? Pollen will make your honey harvest really bitter. So go ahead.
That's what this is?
No, it's the other side. I'll show you. Let me get these dead guys out. These soon-to-be dead guys out. The guys who might eventually be dead, and the annoying guy. That. Where's my...
So what do? Do we harvest that too, or do we throw it away?
I'm pulling most of the pollen out. This gunky stuff that had pollen is gonna really make your honey bitter. So we're gonna go put it over there to be robbed out. You will get this honey back eventually, but in the meantime, you avoid bittering your honey.
So where is the queen likely to be?
That's a good question. If she's smart, she'll be somewhere in Honolulu. But she'll be dead center in the brood nest. Now what I'm seeing now is I'm seeing a cross-combed brood nest.
Okay.
A little bit. I'm going to leave this alone because it's traumatized.
Okay.
And we're leaving them with plenty of honey. Even a little too much. Oh, here. We're off the emergency part. Let's go try some honey. Drone brood. you have a chance to, nice big chunk of drone brood, and you're going fishing soon, cut out a chunk of drone brood, take it home, throw it in the freezer, throw it in the fridge, and you can open them up and use them as bait for
the drones.
The drones.
No kidding.
The drones. Purple-eyed drones make for good bait.
I imagine.
All right, so back to this situation. We've torn into the poor guy. We've really done a number on him by moving him. There's probably some broken honeycomb in the front. I'm going to leave that alone because that's their honeycomb.
Okay.
All right, generally it's past 14, 12 or 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay.
So
we're good.
We're good. This means that the rest of this is for them. We've harvested because we were forced to because of broken honeycomb. If we'd have left it alone, they would have reattached. But the broken comb would have continued to drain through, put honey on the ground, attracted ants, attracted pests, and attracted robbing, which might have killed the hive. So this was a force. This was not an option. May the force be with you. Oh, take a picture of your brood nest. This is the edge of it. You see how it's a little darker colored there? I'll let these guys see too. Now I'll pop you off. Into the hive. Let's do a close-up without getting the handle honey. This is this is just worker brood. It's brown to tan colored caps that are flat, the same height as the honey caps. That's worker brood. When it shows up with a dome on it and it makes it look like it is a bullet, a 45 bullet, those are drone brood. Drone brood is good for bait for catching sunfish. All right, we're going to go ahead and close this thing up. Anything you'd like to say, Terry?
No, this has been awesome.
Tell me about the honey.
The honey is the best I ever had. Josh is going to be very happy when he tastes some of this.
And how much honey did we get?
Looks like a pretty good amount.
That's a liquid level down there at a third, and there's something above it. So I'd say we probably have just under half a bucket. So if that's 60, 70 pounds, I'd probably put this at about 30, 25 to 30 pounds. So good luck, good beekeeping. I'm going to close this thing up and go tangle with Bloody Mary.
This is how beekeeping is done, right?
Hot and well, and good honey.
Amen.
All right, so we're done for the day. Good luck, good beekeeping. Stay cool.